right, everybody, welcome back for another week of Half Circle Back. We're back in this for, I guess it's getting posted Friday, so another Friday. Hope everybody's doing good. Tim, what you been up to, man?
Oh man, we're back. We're back officially on the SF grind, bro. And
I've been watching the streams, man. Been highly entertained.
I know you are entertained. Every time I'm getting mad or like I'm playing against someone who's like a complete fucking moron, you are entertained. Then I see my viewer numbers go up. I'm just like, man.
The people know what they want. All right,
Look,
the people know what they want.
I'm trying to give you a good, wholesome gameplay. All right, I don't need to be getting
I
angry.
don't know. I don't know if I'll call it wholesome, but
It's definitely wholesome. Look, it's like, when you come in the chat, right? The music is hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like the vibe is right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll have
sometimes the
on.
music's hitting. Sometimes.
I mean, the
Some
music's
days
always
it's whack, but
the music's always hitting. It's just your old ass. It's just not into the shit I listen to.
wow.
All right, you know what I'm saying?
Now
But
you be having that sleepy time music sometimes. I gotta tune out then.
look, bro. Look, man. Just say something, bro. If you tired, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you like a 5 hour energy shot.
I
I'll put on
appreciate
some.
that.
I'll put on something like extremely reckless.
Okay.
Just for you.
I can appreciate that.
But what else I've been up to? So back on the Street Fighter grind. Uh, oh, yo. So I subscribed to the WWE Network during WrestleMania, and
Mhm.
so I've been watching. So I think I started watching WWF for real because I used to be a WCW guy. So I started watching back in '98. So I started heavy watching '99 because like that's when like WCW for me it was like trash at that time. Like
Wasn't that the attitude era of like
yeah, yeah, it was
okay.
during the Attitude Era. But like for me as a kid, I always like when I watch wrestling, I'm always about the in ring shit and not like the backstage and whatever. That's like how WWE mostly focused their shit. At least for me back then. But like since WCW was like trash for me as a kid, I switched over to WWF. So I've been watching all the pay per views because I'm not trying to watch Raw and all that. Like that's too much. So I've been watching all the pay per views from '99 on, and so I'm like on the last pay per view for '99, which is like Armageddon and shit like that. It's been like highly entertaining for me to
You know,
watch.
I don't know if I could watch all the pay-per-views because there's like how it is with all those pay-per-views, right? There's always like a few marquee matches and then the rest of it kind of feels like filler. There's
Yeah,
never
yeah,
been like a whole event that's like sheetrock from top to bottom.
not
You
like
know.
like and like '99 in terms of like pay per view wise. Like there were a few pay per views when they were like pretty good. Like WrestleMania that year was good because Rock and Austin. And then SummerSlam was that good that year. Oh yeah, the Royal Rumble because like with the Royal Rumble that year, was it Mankind? The Rock had their I Quit match, and Mankind said I quit, but it wasn't really him. It was just a recording that said I quit. And then Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon won the Royal Rumble that year. I actually like that was my first like WWF pay per view I ever watched as a kid. Cause when I was in Germany, we got all the pay per views for free on AFN.
I thought you were
Was,
about to say you had bootleg or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I used to watch
DVR.
I would go to my aunt's during the summer or whatever, and she had bootleg cable, so that's how I would watch it.
yeah, no. But yeah. So like that was my first ever pay per view. So that's like I always remember that one. But yeah, then you had like Triple H like drug up Stephanie McMahon and like go and get her married. like some
I
some
remember
wild
all this, dude. I remember all that.
like also wild shit like that. so so '99 for me, like that was a good ass year. But yeah, man, yeah, '99 was pretty good. But like most of the pay per views, they were good, but like wrestling today don't build up like their mid card stars like they do back then. Like when I was watching like these pay per views, I gave a shit about Val Venus and The Godfather, right? Like I give a shit about them. Like I watched
they were
wrestling.
like charismatic, like
Yeah.
they weren't like top tier wrestlers or
Yeah.
whatever, but like they had good hooks to it where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well
They had it. they had it. Yo, like when my guy Val Venus come like there, you hear his music playing, and he's doing like the thing when he's shaking his hands, walking down the fucking like walkway. Then he gets the mic. He's like, "Hello, ladies," and everybody's just eating that shit up. I'm like, holy shit!
Bro.
Oh man, I could talk.
Nah.
I could talk for days about this, but I'm gonna stop there.
WCW had the best pay-per-views, bro.
Oh,
Easy.
dog.
Easy.
Yo, what was it? I want to say it was Hog Wild when Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman teaming with Diamond Dallas Page and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Like,
yo, that nigga, hey, Karl Malone was doing diamond cutters to everybody. The weird diamond cutter, dog, he was doing that shit to everybody.
Oh man, now this is during the time when WCW was shit, but like, you remember the Canyon Cutter?
Yes.
And how Canyon used to go around and he would go around Canyon Cutter someone, right? And then he would find the nearest like camera and he would go bang.
Dude, that was right after the storyline when you found out Canyon was like Raven's brother, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. And then he started doing like the whole like pretty much did the blonde hair like Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah,
and then he started then he started like feuding with Buff Bagwell, and he Canyon Cutter his mom. Like
WCW was the best, bro.
Like, hey, the moment WCW like changed their logo, like you remember how you had like the old WCW, then they changed it to like some weird shit I can barely read. But like once they changed it to that, that's when it like started going downhill. But they had some gems, dog. They had some gems, like the Canyon Cutter joints. Oh, it was too good.
Yeah, the whole 4v4 thing, yo, like the WCW versus NWO versus the red and black.
Then you got the LWO.
Yeah.
And then like ECW, you got the BWO. I'm
Bro.
just like what is going on here? But
see, ECW, that's a whole other subject right there, though.
Oh yeah.
It was too good, dude.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing for all week.
That's what's up. Shit, what have I been up to? Playing Borderlands 3, playing a bunch of that, trying to
stop playing Borderlands 3, bro.
Nah, I can't.
Yo, I can't get back on Borderlands because every time I get a nice build going on, yo, they want to raise the cap. They want to do this. They want to nerf that. Nah.
Hey, look, you know how it is.
I ain't got time for that.
And they've been pretty consistent on updating this game. Like I feel like every few days or like every few weeks, and like there's a hot fix or something going on with this.
Like, we ain't gonna talk about Borderlands 2, man. Like I think I ran through the DLC like 6 times because they kept changing the cap.
Nah. What else have I been doing? Oh, so all right. So I've been trying to shake the rust off, you know what I'm saying, with Street Fighter. So I've been entering some online tournaments. So last week I entered so Bunch throws these tournaments. I think it's like Castle Bunch or whatever, or Castle Weeklies, I forget what they're called. Anyway, I entered that Friday, which pretty good experience, you know. I didn't really have too many big issues, but so yesterday I entered NLBC online. And let me tell you, this was like an eye opener for online events, man. Because like the quality of competition is like super high because it's obviously it's NLBC, but like the way they run it, I mean they run this shit like it's a real tournament, dog. I mean they got somebody like almost like a bracket runner. They got a dude in there checking on people's matches. You know, you report it. They calling everybody up. They got stream queues. I'm like they on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a super well-oiled machine, man. Like they got it going. So like I had a pretty good experience yesterday. Like I said, it's probably one of the best online tournaments I've been in. So I definitely probably gonna make that like a common thing. So, but you know, I went 3-2. You know, it was respectable. You know, obviously I want to do better, but you know,
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of killers in
there. Yeah. The Super Stack tournament.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be back for that. I'm trying to think what else. I'm pretty sure there's some other shit. Other than like little projects around the house, just trying to finish off The Office finally. I feel like I almost got that like completely kind of in a state that I like it, getting the cords and everything straightened out, replace my router, just a grown man shit.
Yeah,
feel you on
I
that.
got
I
a
guess it's
question.
not really grown man shit, but
I got a question. When are we getting the Do-Rag Cup together, bro?
Oh,
bruh, that takes work, man.
Like,
actually, I want to talk to y'all about some stuff like that anyway today. Honestly,
Okay.
Okay.
We saving that for after the podcast.
no, we can do this on the podcast, man. Because like I said, man,
yeah,
it's a lot going on right now, and time to be,
I'm
time
trying to
be
send.
grown.
I'm trying to send someone some money, and I'm trying to send someone a silky smooth, bro. Like I've literally been trying to piece this together in my brain. So just to let you know that I'm not like messing around. Like I'm literally been like trying to figure out some stuff.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'll let you stream it since you got the more clout. You got more clout than I do.
I mean, I definitely don't have clout, but
but
but all right. I guess that's enough bullshit. So we got we're double dipping. Got another Alabama native on. So this has been a long time, homie. So I figured it'd be good to bring him on. So go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
All right, my name is Isaac Nicholson, Raekwon 187. I've been around for too long.
Too long.
I want to say I've been playing professionally since 2001.
I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. I remember when I first met you, I'd already been playing 5-6 years before that. I remember you used to come on SRK lurking and every now and then. I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's tell you this a little bit about my age. I went to the first Evo tournament of the Evo series.
Really? You talking about when it was the B series, or are we talking about?
Nah. This is right after B5. This is the first tournament of the Evo series. It was Evo 2002. I went with another guy from Huntsville. I didn't know it. I barely knew his name. His name was Oakwood. I don't know if you know him or not. And I thought his name was Oakland. I ain't had no phone numbers, dog. We get to California. It's just magic that we met each other and found each other, bro. I'm talking about, that was the most random trip I ever took to Cali. And we get off the plane, and I just happened to be at a phone booth, man, and he recognized me somehow. I don't know.
So, but what if he didn't even? What if he didn't recognize you?
It would be some struggles, dog. Walking around with green goblins in my suitcase and trying to find somewhere to play and lay down, man. For real. And this was, I think this tournament was a tournament. Japan came down again for the 5v5 and third strike and stuff.
Okay.
That's how old it was. It was a long time ago.
So to take a step back first, so I guess how'd you get in the fighting game community? Or what's your background with fighting games and just video games in general?
Man, the typical neighborhood stuff, playing a lot of sports games, NBA Live, stuff like that. And I took a little break from that, and I remember going to the arcade. It was I think it was a timeout. No, it was a Diamond Gym at the time, and another little fun land, and they had NBC1. And I remember going there playing, not knowing what I was doing for real. And then I remember Marvel's Capcom 2 came out, and this is around the time Dreamcast was out. And I remember I bought my first Age Tech from Electronic Boutique. And since then, I watched the next thing I did, somehow I came across the B5 trailer. And
I'm trying to think. YouTube was out around that time though, right?
Dude, it was no YouTube.
I'm trying to think because I can't all right. So
what year was this?
This is 2001.
Oh yeah. You saw it came across a VHS or something like that.
It was just a random file, dude. I think it was on SRK on the front page, and I think I want to say it was 100 megabytes. It took me all day to download that.
Dog, see, look, hold on. Let me take a second to talk about it. So that was the worst because growing up, I would if like say for instance, so what I had to do is this and take a step back. So like I used to when I was like in junior high, I had Kazaa downloaded on one of the computers in
God.
in the at school. So they had like high speed internet there. So I would find all the songs that I wanted when I was at school, and then I would email them to myself. And
Oh,
then
God.
when I get
Yeah.
home, I download them on my computer because we had two phone lines because we had dial up. So like
Right.
the computer was on the other one, so I'm like, I can just let this shit rip all night, just download, just queue up all these downloads at the house. So that's how I would do that shit back then. But it would take it'd take the whole night to even get
The
that shit.
whole night, dude. Like I remember, like Sunny Hills Golf Land, it's FSGL over there in Cali. Before they shut it down, used to put up matches of like Duck versus Shady K. It'd be like a first to three. It's 200 megabytes, bro. Like
You
I
gotta
can't
try
watch
to
this no
download that shit
time.
before you go to bed.
Exactly. It was running literally all day. I remember my pops getting mad at me like, "Yo, I can't use the phone because you're on the internet."
Or somebody pick up the phone or whatever, like in the
Oh,
middle.
and it's
You
so
download it.
no, yo, that was so heartbreaking. Man, you'd be like 79 megs or something. You only get like 30 more if somebody pick the phone up.
Right.
Ain't no recovery, bro. Sometimes you recover it, but not for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I looked around and found the B5 trailer, and the thing that stuck out to me was like Cable doing HVB times 3, and I learned how to do it. That was the first thing I learned. This is like my first things to do, trying to be a better player and be a top player. And I was playing Spiral Cable Sentinel, and
I respect it.
dude, that team was godlike back then.
I respect it.
So I used to go around to all the malls, man, and just beat everybody up, and trying to, I wanted to be the best in my city, and I really worked hard at it. I just got my first arcade stick. I'm practicing hard. I think I still got the stick around somewhere. And
Now, have you been in Birmingham that whole time, or?
Yeah, I was in Birmingham this whole time, and this is
Okay.
we had just moved from North Carolina, and I just got back from military school. I went to Hargrave in Virginia, and I just got back in. I wanted to do something, but I was tired of sports at the time. I had some bad coaches or whatever, and it kind of ruined sports for me. So I wanted to still be competitive in something, but
I know where you're coming from on that one.
yeah, dude, like these, I'm looking to go pro for real, but the way I was treated and how and some things went down, it just really ruined sports for me. And I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to get down with that no more. So I didn't want. I'm still very competitive, and I found myself doing that. And so this is like I said, this is like 2000, 2001. I'm running tournaments out of my arcade, Diamond Gems, Timeout, trying to get
Okay,
people
so
interested.
you've been a TO for a hot minute.
For a minute, to pay for brackets. The infamous pay for brackets.
That's the thing that always kills me when we go to monthlies or whatever. Be like, saying you don't even want to do challenge. Be like, yo, paper bracket.
It's like I mess up every now and then because it happens. But
I know I've been there.
Hey, you just throw them in there, dog. It's all right. Hey, if somebody's there supposed to be there, hey, don't even worry about it. Just knock them out real quick and keep moving, man. Help them feel a little better about themselves. But so they come back next week. So you need their money. So it's all part of the plan. But so yeah, man. I've been running TOs for a while. I don't even know if y'all remember Apex on SRK. Like the whole.
Nah,
it was a point system, and they had different regions: Atlantic, South, Southwest, Pacific, whatever. And so it was encouraged to run as many tournaments as you could, so you can get as many points as you could. And the rankings was supposed to help you at the Evo, like to get you seeded or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it did or not, but my seed was kind of high. I think I lost.
You were playing, and I guess what were you competing in back then? Was it just Marvel 2?
Yeah, I was just Marvel 2 at the time, and
okay.
You know, that's what everybody was playing, and I think my first out of state tournament was final round 3. It was
And
at
Now, was
you
he
remember
still
how you
running
did
out
it?
of the garage at that time?
nah, this was in somebody's living room, bro.
Oh. So at that point, they graduated from the garage to the living room.
Yeah, it was somebody's living room. I'm trying to think who was out there. I know Art was there. You know, some more East Coast, Mike D, I think, or somebody like that. There was some more East Coast people up there, and I think I went 3-2 in that tournament. But I remember I snuck out, and I wasn't supposed to drive the car there. And I took the
Oh
car
man.
to the tournament, man. I was like, you know, ain't nobody stopping me, man. I want to go. But
You gotta come up with them lies and be like, all right, where you going? I'm just going to a friend's house.
exactly.
I
And
remember hearing stories about you know, like Justin going to tournaments like across country, you know what I'm saying? And just telling his parents, oh, I was just spending the night at a friend's house or whatever for like the weekend.
dude, that's how it was, man. Like, you know, you carpool somewhere and it may be 5, 6, 7 y'all in the car trying to go somewhere. Like I used to do that with the Dothan kids all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, on the way back we almost died though, because like this car this car like hopped the on ramp, man, and almost plowed into it.
Wow.
That would have sucked. But yeah, this was normal. NBC 2 days, CBS 2, CBS 1 also, Third Strike. I learned to play those games because just traveling a lot. I want to play other things, man. And
Yeah, I think that's like kind of part of the arcade culture, like because I know it's not shared now because it's not the same thing. But like when you were at the arcade, you know, sometimes you might get off the machine or whatever. There's like a big line, and you just go play something else because you're like, well, I don't want to just sit here and wait. So I just like play other stuff. So you were kind of encouraged to play multiple games back then, where you know, and that's not so much the same thing now.
yeah, man. And I remember growing like, you know, we doing the tournaments. We're growing the scene. You know, we got random Mexican guys playing with us. I didn't know my man's name though. He just told me to call him Jose. I know that wasn't his name, but like he's in there, yo. Like,
did he play King of Fighters though?
Nah. Yes. Yeah. He did play King of Fighters.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep the stereotype alive.
Hey, I remember we got a King of Fighters machine and he was on it. So yeah, he did play King of Fighters.
All right.
But yo, he's just a normal guy, dude, regular guy. Like his kid, like is huge now. After I seen him the other day, and like, this dude was doing like the top player stuff because we're sitting here playing with him every week, showing him what to do. You know, he's watching, he's getting better. You know, he got really strong actually. You know, he was playing our tournaments, man. Like this is like a regular guy, dog. Like he probably does construction like that. No lie, for real. And he's in here grinding, working on his tech. And
That's crazy.
He ain't on no SRK, none of that. He's just going by what he sees and what he learns. And, you know, we're having 25, 30 people every week almost, man, with a consistent 15 at any given time playing the game. You know, we got the rivalries, you know, from other malls and stuff. It was pretty cool, man. And I think around that time, I started really learning and getting to know Georgia. Like Georgia's probably outside of my home state. Georgia's probably the first people I learned to play with. People like Big J, Max, Big Boy was there. I remember when I first met Pochop. Pochop came down to a friend of ours' house and this one he's learning Marvel. You know, man, Pochop wasn't even that good at the time. So he was getting mad at me because he's playing like MSP or something. And like, you know, I've been playing for a minute and I'm just hitting launcher with Sentinel. And it's just
that sounds like some shit you would do.
And it's killing them, dog. And, you know, Pochop turned around with that Pochop face, yo. He's just launching. Like I remember that like yesterday, bro.
But I can hear his voice now. He's just launching.
It's just like
come
that.
on, dog. He's just launching.
And then like those guys, you know, that's when I started. I think also we playing Halo too. Play Halo really heavy. And that's when I started meeting the East Point guys. and that's like that turns like a second home almost, man. And but every scene pretty much in the South somehow I'm grandfathered into. Either I was hanging out with your TO, your best player, or something like that, and it's cool to see people in other scenes who are being directed by somebody that I dealt with before, or maybe their brother or somebody who got them into the game. And it's pretty cool to see like the evolutionary thing and see how things come in. Like I said, I didn't realize just how long I knew Jeff. We've been knowing Jeff for like 10, 12 years, you know what I'm saying? It don't even
Talking
feel
about
like that.
Jeff.
Like nigga man.
Oh yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel that long, but it actually is, because I think when we were talking to him, I was like, bro, we met you like, what was it? When it was
It was super, wasn't it? It was around
it was
super, wasn't
super,
it?
so it had to be like 2010 or 20. I didn't think it was 2010. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's been a long time, but it don't feel like it. You know what I mean? But
and
that's just the way time is.
Dude, and like this hanging out with Ralph, dude. Like, dude, I've known Ralph since he lived like 2 other states. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when he was a South Carolina guy.
Damn, I only knew him when he was in Auburn.
Yeah,
like, I remember when he was. Go ahead, dude.
I think Raph is in Florida now, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember when he was a South Carolina guy. Like straight up, we went down to Outer Limits in Anderson, South Carolina. That arcade was pretty dope, and it was him, Kevin Hutchins, Sammy, some other guys, Ruby Hart Forever, people like that. Like the Taz. Oh man, I ain't gonna talk about Taz. Dude, like the other Taz from Kentucky. Him and Eugene, 300-pound Eugene. I used to roll with those guys all the time. And I used to look up to Taz. Like, I didn't know how good Taz was. I just heard stories about him. And just to meet him one day and, we get cool and we play a lot. That was pretty awesome, man.
That was the Dothan dude, right? I think so.
Yeah. You thinking who you thinking about? You thinking of Tad, Tadd.
Yeah.
You thinking about the twins.
Yeah.
Dude, they were twins, man. And bro, they could not go anywhere without their parents.
Damn.
I remember that they went to a final round day, and their parents had to drive them up there. Shoot, let me start talking. I remember Anakin. Anakin couldn't go nowhere without his dad.
I think I remember hearing something about that.
His dad was at all the tournaments. I remember Anakin beat me at it was one final round. It was he beat me with Roger and Paul. It was a long time ago, dude. Like he was a kid, bro. Like I took him to the last game, but and this was like the infamous final round where like ATL, like Killer Six and them were just beating up on the Texas guys and all that, making them quit. Dude didn't want to play the last match, all that stuff, bro, because he was getting chopped up by Bake. So it was that final round. But man, just thinking about all the final rounds. Final round team. I know it's not, people say it's not the best now, but y'all it's came a long way, man.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, like even though final round was like, it's never been the best run event. Like if you look at tournaments and be like, all right, what's the go-to tournaments? Like you go to final round, it's like it was fine for the most part up until that one, up until 2016. I mean, they did fuck up, but you still enjoyed yourself. You know what I'm saying? It was still like you still had a good time. So yeah, I mean, like I'm sure, the other ones were like pretty hype. I had only gone, I think 14 was my first one, but I had been going from 14 up until, just recently when, we didn't have it this year, but.
Nice. I think I missed one up until, I know I ain't missed none after 3 through 10. I don't think, maybe one there. But going from like rec centers to the hotels, the different hotels, man, and back to the rec center, and it's pretty cool, dude. Like the play, because now you got New York coming down. This is
Yeah.
this is first time I met like Wigfall and them, and you going toe to toe with these guys. I can never break past third. I think I got fifth a few times, fourth, seventh, but this is during the mix up era when mix up from Florida was playing a lot, and he was really good.
Yeah.
And
The legendary mix-up.
oh man, I remember I went down to Gainesville, dude, and they doing like this, this little recording at the beginning of the match of the tournament. It's like, yo, who you think is gonna win today? I was like, I think I'm gonna win today. Nigga looking at me funny. And dude, I beat everybody that tournament. I beat Mix Up. I beat everybody from Orlando. I beat Pat Henry from Louisiana, who was really good at the time. I beat all the killers. And I was the
That's
first
always
invitational.
that's always a pretty crazy thing to think about, going to, someplace you've never been before, and going down and like, you don't know how the people, I guess it depends on like, if you kind of familiar with people, but going down to an area you've never been in and just kind of playing everybody and be like, oh, I'm feeling pretty confident,
Right. And because like, this is during the time you may know somebody by the SRK name or whatever.
Yeah.
You may see
Or
him
you
talk.
might
You
see
may
them
see
on tournament results or something. So
right.
yeah.
Video, but you don't know these people for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know that, and just to see these guys, man, like these are people like you see them doing combo videos. You see them always winning tournaments, and like it can be make you give you a little bit of anxiety, yo, because like you got to play your best or whatnot, because you don't really know how good you are yourself.
You gotta represent your state. I gotta show up and be like, all right, I don't want them to think Bama weak. You know what I'm saying? So
right, dude, right. That's exactly what it is, and I think I don't know if you know Colin. Colin from he's a white guy. Colin from
yeah, bald guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and him went to that tournament, and we won Marvel and CVS too. And you talking about some sad ass motherfuckers around after that, boy. Because like at the time, I think Trent was like the best CVF2 player. Almost, they wanted to put him like top 3 on the East Coast or something like that. And Colin went down there and beat him, and it was a little eye opening for them. You know what I'm saying? And they never heard nobody from Alabama. We are always the first to get disrespected.
Yeah, it's and I mean it's still like that now for the most part. I mean, it's like you don't like. I guess like the scene we've had a few notable players, but like I don't think any of us like in like the newer generation have had like a big splash, right? None of us have like gone and got like like a big tournament win or something like that. Like not not recently. I mean, I can't really speak to like the old school stuff, but as far as I know, I'm trying to think back of like if anybody in Bama is like cracked like a top 8 in like a major or something like that, a big major.
No, like I think like the biggest thing, honestly, was probably I guess when I qualified for SBO, shoot, didn't have like 2009, bro.
I was just about to bring that up. So you went to SBO, right? For what game was you playing?
I was playing Gift Gear.
So I'm guessing back then it was an accent core?
Yeah, that was a game I didn't even want to play, but I had nobody else to play anything else. So I had to learn Gift Gear.
Oh, wasn't SF4 out, or was you not even like messing with SF4?
SF4, it just came out right then. It just came out. It was only out in Japan at the time, I think. Because I remember playing on the cabinets, on the viewers cabinets. So it just came out over there. And Blaze Blue was coming out too at that time. It was still in beta test mode, and it was at the tournament.
I remember that.
Because I mean, I played. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. So how did you actually qualify for SBO? Like, what was I'm sure we didn't have qualifiers at Alabama, so you had to go somewhere.
I think I know where you went.
Yeah, you had to go to Texas, man.
Yeah,
Texas is all the places they gave.
It was. I'm guessing if the Texas like RK UFO.
Yeah, no. RK UFO had the next qualifier. But this one was this was when there wasn't no Texas Showdown, but Texas Showdown was kind of part of Planet Zero at the time.
Yeah.
Because the original guys had kind of stopped doing Texas Showdown. And dude, Texas Showdown was some great ass tournaments. I wish I could have went to those.
Yeah, I didn't go to the I went when it's like, I mean, I went last year or so, but that's like, I don't think Javi's the dude that runs it now, but I don't know if
he's still running. He ran then.
Oh, okay.
Me and Javi used to play Halo. That was one of the things. Again, that was one of the things you did. You play fight games, you play Halo. And so yeah, he's the same person, man. And he had stopped running though for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't. I don't think he was doing them anymore. And
I think that's when it got that bad thing, like that bad press around it because they had MK in the bathroom or something like that.
Yeah.
What?
And
you didn't hear about that too?
No.
They're playing MK in the bathroom, player. Like,
which MK was this?
MK9. Yeah, it was MK9. I don't even remember how they ended up in the bathroom, but like the story went around at some point. Like they figured out how it happened, but yeah, something happened and they had to run MK9 in the bathroom.
That's wild.
Man. And because I think I think after that, that's when Planet Zero started rocking with them and kind of took over the TS tournament. But there was a lot of negative press behind the Planet Zero stuff too, man, because there was a lot of controversy because you know, Kento's my man and all that, but he ended up on our team because, you know, some things that happened with our third member. You know, I'm not saying you know, me and Kento ain't cool, and it's cool. I ain't had no problem with Kento. Me and Kento were tight. But the way the things went down was that Chase was our actual third member. It was me, Jace, guy from Kentucky, and Chase Magic from Kentucky. And, you know, Chase couldn't play with us no more after some controversial, I guess, posts or whatnot.
Okay.
And so they put Kenzo on the team. And you know, I don't think it was up to Kenzo for real. So that's why I've always had his back with it. You know, I think it was an upper management type thing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I never bashed him for that, nothing like that.
And for the people that don't know, so like SBO is like a like I guess you like it was an arcade based tournament that was 3v3, right? Wasn't it team based?
Team based, yeah.
And so they would have I guess
it was single elimination, right?
Single elimination.
Yeah. And so I guess USA had qualifiers. Did any other countries have qualifiers for it?
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else had. I think Europe had one. Yeah. So we met the guys from like a Paris team, I think, won their qualifier, and we met those guys, and they were pretty chill. Like Joe Higashi, and I can't remember the other guys. And you know, of course, other Asian teams won. Like I think we went against the Chinese team, I think, or the Korean team. I can't remember, but other people were able to qualify. But it was a really prestigious tournament. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so they had been around. I don't know how long, but like I want to say the last year that they did SBO was it like 2012 or something like that?
Yeah, when they was outside.
Yeah,
was that 2012?
Yeah, that was outside for that one.
Oh, I thought it was like 2013 was the last one.
Maybe I'm not sure, but
that was 2012.
It wasn't that good. I know that.
Oh yeah, no, I remember them being outside and like everybody was complaining. And then like, that's the first. They're like the first console game that they had was Marvel 3. Marvel 3.
Yeah. And that was the first time an American finally won SBO.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was like Justin Wong won.
I think it was like Justin Wong and like RF in grand final or something.
Yeah, I think it was RF. Because RF was like the only person. He was really good at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, SBO had been around for a while, and then you know, eventually it came to an end. But I guess the other question I got about it. So I'm assuming that's your first time going to Japan, right?
Yeah, dude. Like I'm trying to head back once Drive drops. You know, get to Drive and.
So what was it like going to Japan back then?
Dude, Japan is nothing like anywhere else you've ever been.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's very courteous, polite, for real. You know, they're racist as fuck, but it's just because they don't know no better. Like, you know, they don't know it's bad thing. I'll tell you a story about that in a second. But like, I left my bag on the train, man. Somebody ran me down to get my bag back. You know.
Wow. You got lucky there.
Yeah, dude, for real. I had like I had them alligator crocodile skins. So my bag reflect the crocodile. And I would have been sick. I would have left those anyway. But I think Jace dropped his bag by accident. Like 5 people bent down and tried to pick it up one time.
Wow.
And like, you know, people just really cool, man. You know, you're meeting all these players. Oh, they had a gift to get party after the tournament, and it's just all the people from the tournament. And man, you know, it's just people just having fun. Rochambeau, arm wrestling, you know, a nice food spread. People want to take pictures with you. It's cool as fuck, man. Like, it was definitely, you know, a dope experience. But here's the racist shit. So I'm in the arcade. This is
yeah,
in Vegas.
Like this baller ass Fred, and we played arm wrestling. I got some racist story to tell you.
But it's just funny, man. So we in the arcade, and this guy comes up to me and wants a picture with her. You know, we'll take a picture with her. So you know, that's what you know. This has been happening to me the whole trip. So I don't pay it no mind. I stand there waiting on my turn. He comes back up to me again, taps me on the shoulder, and points to another black guy. Like, I ain't never seen another one or something. Like, or he's my missing brother or some wild shit like that. And that's how he was pointing to the guy, and I just didn't understand that. And but I don't know, man. I guess they just don't see a lot of black folks like that. And I'm trying to think where that dude was from.
Did you? And I guess so. I'm imagining the language barrier is kind of a thing there. But like, did you know any Japanese before you went or anything?
Oh, bro, you don't really have to, for real. I didn't know any.
That's what I've heard.
You don't have to know anything.
It's pretty friendly to English speakers. I mean, most stuff is they do have things like labeled in English, so it's like pretty easy to you know get around.
Shit. I don't even remember that much in English, for real. It's like, okay, you get on the train, you know where you're going because it's gonna tell you, for real, for real. You know, you just gotta pay a little bit of attention. You know, other than that, what you got to match the money up when you buying something.
Yeah,
that's it, for real. You ain't got to do nothing else but nod and hey. Excuse me. For real.
Point, like if you go to a place with like to eat, there's like pictures for food. You can just kind of point at shit. You're like, that's what I want.
No, we ate like beef and rice bowls for most of the trip because, like, you know, we out there grinding for most of it anyway. And
yeah.
So we come back late. Beef and rice bowls are godlike. like it was awesome food, man. And,
I was hoping to try and go to Japan this year for the Japan Cup or whatever, but since that kind of got bodied, we'll see how that goes for next year.
Yeah, dude. And if you can get over there for a game and really take it serious when you get there, you level up so hard, man, and so fast. Because you start to learn just how efficient you have to be. Like, you can't be sloppy with your setups. You can't drop combos for real. And even scrambles become more technical. And I got so much better so fast. Just
felt like you leveled up from that trip.
Easy, man. I became godlike when I got back. Like, it was really good. And
that's like a reoccurring thing. Like everybody talks about when they go to Japan is like how much they level up like quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it forces you to, because you're gonna get your ass whooped or not. Now, some people go there and they may not get the full effect. You know, they may already not be the best and think they're good. But if you really go over there and you put in the work and you're analyzing what's going on, why you're getting hit, this, that, and the other, why your setup ain't working, stuff like that, Is it teaches you a new way to look at the game for real. And
Yeah, I can see that.
especially in really technical games like Guilty Gear. You know, um, so I had to learn really fast. You're like, okay, cool. I can't. It's kind of like you're doing vortex setups and SF4 whatever. How strict time it was 1 frames or whatever, and just for your setup, and it was kind of like that. But you had to learn that kind of on the fly because at the time, it was option selects for real, but it wasn't like it was in SF4. So your setup had to cover certain things, and you also had to react because your setup wasn't really going to cover too much. That's just how Guilty Gear was because you had invincible get up and backdashes and wild shit like that. So
yeah, different characters had different wake up time and stuff like that,
dude,
right?
that was so annoying. It was like 4 wake up times. Like you had just combos period, man. You had the women, the girls, whatever, but then you had heavy girls. Then you had biking, who was just different than everybody. And so, and then we're not even gonna talk about this, like how Johnny was heavier than Pop for some reason, and how he fell. But it's just stuff like that, man. But that's why I think the game was really fun. And people look at Strive and like, yo, this is not Guilty Gear. Yeah, of course it's not. This is nowhere near anything you've ever played. It's not like Zerd, because Zerd was nowhere near on AC for real. Strive is really.
Have you played Strive?
Yeah, I played the beta.
Okay. What did you think about it?
I think it's fine, dude. Like, you're not gonna be able to do your typical anime stuff, like dash around and match normals. And I think that's what a lot of people don't like. That's why it doesn't feel like Guilty Gear because you just can't air dash at me and hit punch 5 times. But and you get busted or you get hit, you may lose.
Yeah, like when I played it, it felt like it wasn't as fast as like Zerd.
Nah, it's a slow game, dude.
Yeah,
it's really
like
slow.
a really slow game.
And a lot of things don't combo like they used to, and that's another thing. But again, the damage wise, I don't know why people complaining because if you play AC, you understood how much damage stuff did into some wake up. So at least in this game, you don't get a lot of wake up after you do big damage combos for real. Except for Soul, but Soul was always goofy like that.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying like when I was playing Faust, like he lost like so much. Like he lost so many tools coming from like Zerd.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can't do like FD heavy slash anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have Pogo no more. But they replace that with like the tornado thing.
Yeah, he still has good stuff, man. And you can't. It's like this. You got to approach the game like, oh, this is not Guilty Gear, but it has likeness of Guilty Gear characters.
Yeah,
because it's nowhere near the same game, and it's not going to be the same game. And people have to get over that, man. I've had to learn that in plenty of games. Dude, like Pot and Zerd was so terrible, and I didn't play the game for a long time because I was like, yo, I'm not playing this. But
there's no other characters you really gelled with.
Yeah, I just like grapplers, man. I like how they'll throw, and because I feel like those characters, you can rely more on your own knowledge more. Your own knowledge of the game is going to take you much further than I think a lot of other characters because you don't get freebies, you don't get like easy access to stuff, and
right.
your setups have to be more tight. You don't get you don't have a lot of get out of jail free cards. You get hit by stupid stuff because you're bigger.
I feel like playing grapplers also helps you as far as like thinking ahead because you always got to be thinking about how you're trying to like when you go for your setups, like you're trying to think ahead to be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this time to him, but then next time I'm going to think, I'm going to go for this because I think he's going to think I'm going to do this or whatever. Like it forces you to think a lot further ahead. I feel like
it does, man, and that stuff is really rewarding. And that reward can drive you to want to get better and to keep playing. And I guess that's why I always wait. I guess that's why I've always liked grappling. Like it just feels good, man. You know, you hit somebody with 3 busters in a row, 360s because they thought you were gonna do something else, and just the mind games in it, and that's the fun stuff about it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But and Zuri Pop was terrible, man. They took everything away from him, and you know, they gave him these new moves because he has a new outfit on. So I just didn't understand stuff like that. And I was kind of upset, and you know, you have to get over that because unless you're making a game yourself, a game's not going to be how you really want it to be.
Right.
So either you don't play or you play, and if you enjoy playing, you got to play. You know, and I can still find good things to do that I enjoyed, and that was, you know, good options here, smart thinking here, stuff like that. So it was enough to still keep going. So, and I think a lot of our games now are starting to lose that.
What, the like options or whatever?
Yeah, I just feel like everything's starting to become a lot more cookie cutter type and stuff like that. I really do.
I mean, that goes back to like trying to like make games more approachable for newcomers or whatever. And I mean, I get it.
I do too, man. I do. I get it too.
You know,
but the pro
it does
players,
take some of the personality out of play styles in the game too.
Yeah, and stuff like that is what drives your game, man. That's what makes people want to play your game because they see somebody playing like, oh man, you see Justin Wong playing doing some hot shit. That makes you want to play, and if everybody's doing the same thing, it kind of takes away the glitz of it or the want to get better.
Yeah.
and the rewarding stuff. It doesn't feel the same. And hopefully, let me see.
Okay, so one question I did want to kind of go back to was, what made you decide to start even being a TO?
Oh, I had no choice.
There's just no other tournament. Like there weren't tournaments going on, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just do my own."
Dude. Yeah, there's no choice, man. It's like this, and I had a conversation with Jeff about this kind of. There's no choice, man. It's like it's either this, either you get your scene better, or you have nobody to play, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not just enough to have events, but you have to play with these guys too. And you have to help them understand what it takes to be, a tournament player. Because I look at my scene now, man, and all the, the OG, doing real life stuff now. And as much as I want to be on the other side of the business, somebody has to do it. And I look at the squad and people I play with now, and I realize, man, they might have just started playing games last year, especially competitively.
Yeah.
They don't know, dude. They don't know what's up. And they need as much help as possible. They don't understand that, hey, that the game is a lot deeper than matching specials and online tactics and stuff like that. You're not gonna win with that. And the way I look at it is like this: if you want to get better, you get better. If you don't, you're not. And if you're in the scene playing and you're not getting better, you're kind of wasting people's time for real. There's some fun aspects to it, but if you see these people trying to be competitive, you might want to fall back a little bit because all it's going to do is make you just not play the game at all.
Well, I tend to find like it's weird. It's like I feel like that's the way I want to word this. I don't know. It's like you got people who sometimes will be like, "Oh yeah, I do want to get better," but then it's like, do you really know how much work you have to put in to do that? And I think that's what the stumble sometimes is for some people. Is like they say it, and then you realize how much work it does take, And then sometimes that's what causes people to bounce off because with fighting games, you don't always see the immediate like gains, right? It takes a while.
Correct.
Like, you know, you're gonna lose for a while, and like it's not fun, right? It's not like some people, you know, unless you're just like a masochist, it's not fun losing over and over and over. I mean, some people, you know, like I don't mind it. Like I could definitely just get fucked up for hours and be cool with it. But like, you know, I get it. It's like it kind of gets to you mentally. So I get it. It's kind of it's hard to do, but like it, you know, to continue to keep doing. But like it's one of those things where if you stick with it and you really dedicated to like trying to improve at the craft or whatever, like it just pays off. And then being able to see, you know, how much how much better you've gotten or whatever is like the best thing about it, you know?
Right, dude. That's an amazing feeling, dude. When you see progress because you've been labbing for real.
Yeah.
And dude, that's awesome. But you know, we travel, man. We'll travel 2 hours for casuals. You know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 hours to play. But
Yeah.
if I travel to you for 2 hours, you know, for some games, and you dropping this combo, and I come back next week and you dropping the same combo, I'm not coming back again.
Damn.
I mean, he wasted my time.
You're never coming back to my place then.
I was
Like,
about to say,
as much as I could practice a combo, then like I'll hit it all the time in like training mode, right? And then I go into a tournament or like in a setting of like just playing sets with people, and then I just dropping it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, hey, bro.
I can understand that.
You're never coming back.
You know, we playing long sets. We've been playing for 4 hours. You know, we done ate and everything. You know, you might not be as crisp as you was. And I can get that. You know, I'm with that. But if the set just started and we mid set, you know.
Oh no, this is happening like maybe 5 games in. This will happen. Like it'll be like a scramble situation, and then like I'm like, all right, yo, we got this, right? And then all of a sudden, my brain just want to turn off. Like I'll be playing Greg, right? And like I'll be doing like a stun combo. I'm like, yo, this is gonna kill him, right? Then all of a sudden, right before I'm like about to kill Greg, I just dropped the combo.
Oh man, you gotta get over that, dog.
It happens like me, like when me and Greg travel like somewhere, and like it'd be a situation where like me and him like be close to getting the top 8 somewhere, and all of a sudden it'd be like I'll just drop like the easiest, just like the easiest situation, right, for me to win, right, and then I'll be like, I practice this all the time. Like a prime example. So Red Bull Conquest, I was playing Pork Chop. And I got a crush counter. I got a crush counter like stand roundhouse, and I swear to God, I dash, stand medium punch. He blocked it. I'm like, huh? Like,
oh, man.
it's like I sit here and I practice this all the time because I know I'm gonna. Like, it's like it's like an important thing I need. But no, I dropped it, and it was different between me making top 8 and me like winning or whatever. But yeah.
But see, at least you acknowledge that, man. But it seems like that's something that's holding you back, and you just gotta find a way to get over that.
I've been trying for this game for like 4 years now.
Nah, you can't try for 4 years, bro. Ain't no try at that point. You should have been got that.
See, I shouldn't even say shit. Like Papa Greg's gonna come out. Like, look here, boy.
See, no, but he's real though, man.
Yeah.
That's real, dog.
I'm grateful, even though I have my moments in time where I'm just like, man, I need a break from Street Fighter. I'm grateful for Greg as a training partner because he's definitely helped me understand fighting games better. From like back then when you first met me and me playing Marvel, I don't think it was like registering like that. Some parts were registered little by little, but it didn't really register like how it is now, right? And so now I can put all this. I can kind of like somewhat transfer all this to other games, or I decide to like dabble and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I mean, I only give you. I always say this. I only give you shit because I care. And if you play me, obviously I want you to be good because like this is the thing I was telling Maurice, before like all this shit started happening or whatever when we still playing, I was like, look, man, I want everybody, all of us, to be like good. So when we all go to tournaments, like I want it to be like all of us in like top 3 or top 8 or whatever, right? I
Right,
want to be able to be
right.
like, all right, I can go to the tournament. I know we gonna fuck everybody up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like obviously I want everybody to be at the same skill level, right? So like I try to, try to like help out and try to be like, okay, well if I'm doing this is what I'm looking for. This is how you can try and beat that, or trying to help out because I want everybody to get good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
it don't really matter if I'm good, like that's cool or whatever. But like obviously, like I need somebody else that's gonna be able to be like, all right, well I can fuck you up. So then that forces you to like have to try and step up even more.
Dude, like, and what people don't understand is you only need 3 people to push you. Like a 3-person group. Because like you gotta have somebody pushing you to get better always, and because you're only as good as the people you play against.
Yeah,
you can be bodying them all day, man, but that doesn't really help you for real in the long run. And I think that's a problem that we have here, especially in Alabama. And I try to teach the guys this because, like, we don't have the luxury of having quantity matches. Like, we're not gonna have a lot of matches, so you have to get the most out of your matches that you can when you play. So you can't. I try to when I play, I try not to take hard reads. Even if I know what the person is gonna do, I may not even do that option because if I'm reading you and I got to read, I already know I had to read, but this is like the first time I played all week. Why would I waste my match on this? This to bop you on this read. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna help me, dog.
Yeah.
and I try to tell some of the guys that are around here because they some hard ass readers, dog. Like that's how they get down, and they'll take those reads. And I'm like, even if you win off that read, did you really learn anything? Did you really get better? Like for
Right.
real,
Like if you want to roll the dice and bet it, if like you gotta think about it like that. If your play style is based on like hard reads, it's like you just rolling dice. It's like how often are you gonna be right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, dude, this play solid and trying to learn the matchups, trying to understand what normals work for this situation. That try to get the most you can out of it because you may not get, you may not be able to play for 3 hours again until next week. So you might as well get as much that you can. And I try to explain that to them, man. Like a good example is that Ronnie. Ronnie is really good, and that dude's gotten a lot better. I've seen him definitely get better, and I've seen him, just really move from being a scrub to actually understanding what he's doing, why he's doing it, and why it should work, and being able to adapt late in rounds to come back and win. I've seen him do that, man. He's good. Like he's definitely one of our better players at the moment. His attitude has changed. I remember before you couldn't tell him shit.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember.
You couldn't tell him nothing, dude. And I sit and I talk to him, man. His mindset's changed, and that's the first thing that has to happen for you to get better for real. And I know he's nowhere near where he wants to be, but he is definitely headed in the right direction, honestly. And like I said, we have a lot of other new people playing, and this whole virus thing kind of fucked that up for real. And hopefully they stay hungry, man, and want to get better. And because I don't see them online too much for real. And we play online, and online is okay, but nothing beats offline matches.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. Not the same feeling at all.
Nah, dude. And and you see people use little online and stuff like that, stuff that'll fly online but not off. And I just hope hope this thing clears over so that we can get back to working, man. And because I'm watching these guys play. We even adopted 2 of the Tuscaloosa crew, and
oh boy,
they're getting. See, that's not that part of the crew. This is different. This is a whole other side.
You had to clarify that.
And but they're getting better, dude, and they're wanting to get better. And again, some of them main play wasn't competitive last year, and this is their first year really, really trying to be competitive. And I see them making big moves, man. And if they're able to stick with it, if enough people in the scene to push them fast enough, to push them to a point to, okay, cool, I can go to this tournament, I can compete, and it hasn't been like that for us in a while. And I wish it, like, we don't like Georgia, Georgia's, the place, man. Like that's always been my second home and for games and whatnot. But I hate losing to Georgia.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I'm in the same boat.
I hate losing to Georgia.
I don't even know where the where my distaste for losing to Georgia came from, because like it's not like I don't know, man. I'm trying to think, because like I wasn't old school, right? So it wasn't like I was around during that time, but it was just like I guess I always considered them like our rival just because they would show up to our stuff. So it was like even now it's just I don't ever want to lose to Georgia. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like just,
you know why they showing up? It's because they think we free. And then my niggas, man, I love them to death. Iceman, Chop, all them. But that's the only reason why they showing up, because they think it's free. And I see us lose something to Georgia, I'm so sick. I'm like, man. Because, like, ever since, dude, forever ago, that's always been the right one. And even when Eddie took over, kind of like the midway, because he was. I remember when Eddie Moo was I remember when he was like a young player, dude, and he was
been around for a minute.
Yeah, and he took over the mantle, and he helped groom a lot of players over. And I don't think they would have been the same if he wasn't around because of the old school, and it was just pretty cool seeing that. But Eddie used to come to Huntsville or some other tournament we had over here. I wanted to beat the shit out of him always.
He fucked me up at one of in Street Fighter 4 at one of the tournaments. I don't even remember which one it was, but like, that it was still when I was getting my footing. But like, man, like it just sucked. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know,
right.
and it just shows you like this. And I still was like, again, it was still at that point where like I had just gotten into the community, so I've been around for a little bit, so I knew it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? I knew how much work I had to put in, but like it still hurt losing. I'm like, bro, I'm just losing to this dude, and I thought I was getting better, but then that's the thing, you think you're getting better, and then you play somebody, you're like, I don't know shit.
Yeah, because I think during that time, dude, Georgia had a pretty good Street Fighter scene, because like they had the Atlanta scene, then they had the Augusta scene also.
Yeah, Drusa was around then.
Yeah, those guys were, they were really pushing themselves to get better. And because I think during that time I wasn't playing Street Fighter, I was playing Blaze. So I used to play against like Zombie and dang, what's that Carl Clover kid's name? I can't think of his name right now. But so it's always been like that. And I just want to get back to that where we're beating Georgia. Like for real.
They just got to show up to the tournaments here again. That's the problem.
Look, man, Georgia don't travel.
Georgia travels, man.
Georgia don't travel outside of like maybe 4 people, 5 people. Well, why should they travel, right? Because they get like 20 million events happening a week up there.
Bro, they have like 30 people on a Tuesday somewhere. I used to be so sick watching it.
Well, I had always said, like, part of the reason why I felt like Georgia didn't travel too was like, I mean, obviously they do have a lot of events, but I also had said it was kind of like, I just feel like they don't feel like there's strong enough people to really warrant it, because they're like, all right, well, like, I guess they could be like, well, it's free money, I could just go over there if they feel like that. But then at the same time, it's like, well, I could just go play somebody else who's like pretty good rather than trying to go scrounge up, what they might consider free money.
And again, I was talking to Jeff about this. Jeff, they're doing the whole thing. They're doing a lot of events. And I'm like, dude, those events are dope, man. But I think we're missing a key component here, and I think that's players. I don't think our player base is nowhere near as strong as we should be. And he made a counter argument that more events will bring out more players that we could teach. Because you're only looking to get maybe one player from some random event who really wants to get good, And I'm like, yeah, you're right, dude. You're right, and I can respect that. But then I think about where I came from, and even you, when you wanted to get better, what'd you do? You found the SRK. You found out where the games were. You know what I'm saying? So, what's stopping these other people who really want to get better from finding out where we are and where the games are? What's stopping them? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is granted. But also like as far as central places to like find fighting game communities and stuff like that, it's so like I don't know, it's like so kind of scattered around on the internet now. Like at least back in the day, you had SRK to be like, oh, if I need to find something, let's go to SRK. But like so much now is segmented to different stuff. Like some communities are on Discords, then that's invite only, so you gotta have somebody who gives you the invite, or it's gotta be posted somewhere. Twitter is like, okay, sometimes you'll see tournaments posted on Twitter, but then it's like the way Twitter is, it's very hard to go find things that are older because the way Twitter is, it's always just going to show you new stuff or recent stuff or whatever you've been looking at recently. It's going to feed you stuff with that. So it's like, it's a lot harder to like find communities, I feel like now, but like, I mean, there's some things like Reddit, like our Street Fighter is pretty good for like a pretty good place to find communities, like if you're trying to look for local scenes, and Facebook's still pretty good, so I guess it's a little bit harder to find places to play, I feel like, but as far as improving, I guess that does kind of fall in the same thing. It is a little bit harder to get information sometimes for some of these newer games, with just kind of the way information is posted. But yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, I mean, it's out there. It's kind of up to people to kind of do the work, if you really want to, try and improve.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a lot. You can't just keep, babying these players, man. Because honestly, at the end, you're gonna get burned because we've all had players that we took under our wing, wanted to help get better, and then they just stopped playing. You know what I'm saying? Or they just stopped showing, they stopped putting in effort. And the way I feel myself is that, okay, cool. If you're gonna do that, you got to have some type of commitment at least, man. And that shows me that you have some commitment because you're trying to find games. You're trying to find community. You're actually actively looking for it instead of me, coming up to you hoping that you're gonna play. Like that's driving itself,
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of the thing I run into because, like, I've told people before, it's like, I'm down to, it ain't even about people. People don't even have to come to my house. I'm like, I'm down to travel. You just got to let me know you want to play. Right? Just tell me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, I'm down to play because I always, like before all this COVID stuff, I mean, I was always down to play. I always wanted to play. Just always have been just like a game junkie. I like sitting down, just playing for hours, man. It's just, I like doing it. But that's kind of the thing is, I don't know if just people just don't have the drive like that or whatever, but it's hard sometimes to get people to play sometimes.
Yeah, man, and I think that's what we're running into, and so hopefully we can just do the best we can with the players that we have, and because it just sucks, man.
I feel like sometimes I should go a little bit further in trying to like, get people involved. But that's like I don't know how. It's like what do you do if you tell people you want to go out there?
That's the hard part.
How do you I don't know, how do you like motivate people to want to play?
See, and that's what I'm saying. You can't do that. You can't. If you tell somebody you're available and they don't hit you up, you can't nothing more you can do. Like you just made yourself available. Like, hey, if you want to play games anytime, whatever, hit me. They're gonna tell you cool. They'll never hit you. Hey, they never really want to play in the first place, and that's why I was trying. I was like, yo, let's get out the way then.
And just don't be like Greg. He'll hit you with these odd ass times.
Dude,
Nah.
this the best time. Hey, that was
Hit
the
you all
best
these
times to play, dude. Nah, bro. Let me tell you this, bro. Check this out. Big J and Max called me at 9:00 Central Time PM to go to Florida and play mix up. So I drove to Atlanta right then, and then drove another 9 hours to get the Gainesville to play Marvel. It don't even matter about time. If you want to play, you're gonna play. That's what it is, and it's just what it is, man. And hopefully.
All right, Greg. Tomorrow when you at work, bro, I'm gonna hit you up.
See,
Oh,
you
look,
gotta be
I mean,
asshole.
you can do that. I'm gonna tell you, look, I'm gonna hit you up when I get off work, and we can run the set then.
All right.
Damn, I'm trying to remember. Tim, what's the first tournament we met at? What tournament was that? One of the Auburn tournaments? Or was it monthly?
I want to say it was monthlies. Cause I want to say Richard brought me from Columbus up there to play.
Oh, okay. It had to be monthly then, because I don't think I was seeing Richard too much outside of monthly.
Yeah, nah. And like Richard, I don't know what he's up to. I don't know if he just stopped playing games or.
Oh, is this the dude that always just talk about eating ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Maurice, I know you be fucking with BBW. You gotta eat ass right, young man.
Wow, that's Richard though, bro. That's him.
That's the old head, man. Like he's like one of the guys that like before I met you, like him and Dogi, like definitely like I was playing Street Fighter 4. Then I realized I hated Street Fighter 4. Maybe because I played T-Hawk. But like like they used to just they used to be like, yo man, you gotta keep at it, yo, you know, you're doing pretty good, blah blah. Like I don't know, but I always kept at it. But yeah, Richard was one of the guys who used to take me to tournaments and stuff like that. Or I'll drive to like Revival.
Yeah.
And go play
Revivals.
there.
Revivals Impact class.
Drive
to tournaments, man.
World Congress Center.
Bro, I forget all about those sometimes. Yeah, I've been playing tournaments, man.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 2012. It was like during 3. I forgot who I lost to, and it wasn't at the shop. It was like somewhere like downtown Birmingham.
It was probably Playover.
Yeah, boy, Playover.
Where somebody turned on the microwave and then it fucking shorts out. Just a breaker.
Yo,
I want to say the Power Day went out there one time.
Yeah. Oh man, Playover was so. Yo, that shit was grimy as fuck, there, dog.
Man.
Hey man, but still, those were good times though, man. Like,
it was definitely.
I think my favorite monthly was when I made Thomas rage quit or just get like super pissed at me. That was great.
Man, Thomas, dude.
That was the most awkward. That was like the most awkward like ride home because like we stopped somewhere and so Paul, right, he went to go pump some gas and Thomas like, I just gotta get out, man. I just gotta get out. It's like I can't believe he switched his assist on me like that, man. It's like I didn't even know he switched his assist on me. And I'm just like, because I think I got like 4th place that time. I was just like, damn. I was like, is he really gonna be mad at me like this, dog? Like what do you expect at this point? Like, look, man, the moment you make like the top 5, top 5 area, right, in a bracket, look, bro, you're gonna fight someone.
Right,
as much times like I've been to a tournament with Greg, and he's always putting me out on some stupid shit. Like I always just accept the fact, like, look, I have to play this dude at some point. It was like what was it like Mid-South Championships one year where we had to play each other.
Oh yeah,
top 8.
Yeah, I played you on this top 8.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, look, see, that's more of a reason why you should be trying to play me all the time, so you figure out how to fuck me up. So because we're gonna play in bracket.
I mean, yeah, I think I find ways to fuck you up, then you just find new ways to fuck me up. I'm just like, well, shit. I'm always like,
see, there you go.
I'm always thinking I'm like 1 step ahead, and then it's like I'm actually 2 steps behind.
Wow.
I'm just like, oh, shit. Like Greg is like the perfect trading partner. I'm telling you, man, it's frustrating.
Nah, dude, I know, dude. Like Greg come out here and play with me. Like, I go there so much. And
Like
yeah,
I
dude.
learned, I learned when I'm getting my ass beat by him. But there's just times I'll be able to take a nap in the middle of our session.
This man said he gotta take a nap.
The nap.
I literally I'll take like a 30-minute nap, and then we come back and I start playing more.
Dude,
Like,
I remember he came down here, nigga. We ate them wings, my nigga. That shit put me down, my nigga.
Hey, those wings were good.
They were good, though.
Is that spot still open?
Yes, sir. You gotta come on back,
Oh
man.
We need to go back to Mississippi. Like,
oh shit.
Oh, hey, look, that wing spot in Mississippi was good too. That was another heater.
Man, the garlic pepper,
Bruh.
All right, so I'm gonna start wrapping this up. So the last thing I want to ask you about was, did you have any like interesting or like any like notable memories from stuff in the Bama scene?
Notable.
Or just like funny story, anything, just whatever, like something that sticks out in your mind from like, in Bama. It could be anything.
Dude, playover in itself was always a memory because I remember it was like grand finals. I think when the dude was warming up the noodles and the TV cut off. Like that was good. What's another good story? Dang, dude, I can't even think of that now.
It's too many.
It is, bro, and just hanging out with y'all, man, is always.
Man, I'm trying to think of some shit that Maurice told me about Zoe one time, but like now I can't. It was something that God damn, I can't even remember. I'm gonna have to ask Maurice after this, but
About Fonzo?
Yeah.
Dude, Fonzo was a card in himself, man. I know a nigga was sleeping at final round one year in the year. What else? But dang. Oh, a good story, my nigga, is when me, Maurice, and Glass Sword was going to some tournament. That nigga Maurice had no seatbelt. So he had to wrap the seatbelt around him. Hey, it was a 2-day tournament, man. He made me come back too because he didn't want to ride along grass hoop.
Wow.
But it's all good though. And but yeah, man. Anything involving the Gato. There you go.
Oh yeah. Look, everybody got some pretty good Nagato stories. Like, I mean, some of the ones that I can think of, I wouldn't tell on this podcast, but those are pretty good Nagato stories.
Nagato stories, dude, is always good. And,
oh man.
But I will leave y'all with this, man, and enjoy when you play with people and their company, because realistically, man, you never know when the last time you may get to play with these guys. That night we went to Florida, dude named Craig, I think his name tag was Maximus. He was a really good Florida player. He was supposed to come play casuals with us. Yeah, he died that night in a car accident.
Damn.
He never showed up. You know, we just thought he was just late. You know what I'm saying? Find out the next day that he was drunk behind the wheel, and he didn't make it.
It's crazy.
So when enjoy your friends, man, and enjoy the people you're playing with. You know, life can go in a different direction, and even grudges, man. No point of holding no grudge with people. Y'all all in it to play games anyway, and stuff like
especially
that.
about video games. Ain't no point in that,
Right, dude. And it's always been some weird blood between a couple people I know and played with, but I wish some of those times were different because after you look at it in hindsight, it ain't even about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you just end up losing time you could have played with somebody to get better.
Right.
Sure.
Yep. That's always true. Always cherish the time you got with people.
Right.
All right, cool. Tim, you got anything else?
No, man. So just get your show today or tonight,
Yeah,
or whatever you guys are listening to this.
yeah. Appreciate you coming through, Raekwon.
Oh man, no doubt, dude. Thank you for real.
Got anything you want to plug as far as socials, man? Where can people find you at on the internet?
Nah, dude. You're gonna find me soon enough because this is supposed to be my comeback year. I'm ass, man. Show these kids what it is about how to win again. I think we really have lost that. People know what it takes to win anymore, and it's time to. I think it's time for us as the OGs to really show these younger group what it is, man. And I think a lot of responsibility falls on us now. And you can't wait for people to pick up the slack. You gotta do it yourself. And I learned that over the past year or so. So I think we have a duty to help our generation, the new generation, grow before we just fade away, man. Like for real.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's some good kids, man. There's some good people, man. Like I know it's really good. He's a good Dragon Ball player. And then you got Ronnie, got some other people, people down there in Auburn. You got some good players, man, who have a lot of potential, but it has to be focused. It has to be. You have to show them the way to keep going and to keep bettering themselves, so it doesn't fizzle out. You know what I'm saying? And that's on us. But I'll be around more, man. And like I said, I'm doing some stuff with Jeff also, and so you'll definitely see me around.
Cool. Tim, where can the people find you at?
You can follow me on Twitter at 4H2. I should probably start tweeting out more stuff, but I just haven't found that right thing I want to tweet out just yet.
Oh, how about you retweet the show when it goes up tomorrow?
Look here, you asshole. I'm gonna do that.
I'm just saying.
Just let me know when you put up the tweet. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, just go on Twitter. You go find it. When the next time you on Twitter, go to my page, and then just go and look. It's gonna be the first tweet, and just retweet it.
All right, I will do that. I will do that.
Appreciate that, man.
So that will be my first thing I tweet out tomorrow.
Thank you.
And hopefully throughout this whole thing. You can also catch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/4H_Tim. If you want some entertaining, I guess, Street Fighter.
The most entertaining Street Fighter 5 you will see.
God, boy.
It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in the comeback arc, and I definitely regret not playing this whole quarantine self isolation time. Because the funny thing is, right, I was playing more when I was in Texas ever since I've been back home. So
man.
So yeah, the rest is real. I don't know what's going on.
I almost wish there was some way I could put that clip in this podcast from your stream today.
My man's really did target combo twice, bro. I was just like, huh?
Wow.
My man was playing like his Eva. My man, bro, I don't know what's going on. Like I got the phone up right now. I got the SF5 CE Pro app right now. I spent my $2.97. So yeah, I got that now. But yeah. So and catch me on Twitch there. I normally start streaming around like either between 11 Eastern or 12 Eastern. It just depends. But yeah, follow me on Twitch. Also, the OnlyFans is almost ready, guys.
Oh my god.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? I need some money. You know, COVID got your boy down and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my man's like, I need some money.
You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to do some things for some change. You feel me? So just let me know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it.
Them hard carries, bro.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Boombox Hero. on Twitch. Stream maybe 2-3 times a week on Twitch at twitch.tv/Magnegro with a 0 at the end instead of a O. And if you listen to this podcast on YouTube, obviously you're here. But if not, you can find me at youtube.com/C/Magnegro, where this podcast goes up every week. Also, a few other videos I'm working on are there. So, also, if you guys are listening to this, if you're on iTunes, drop a quick review. It takes a few seconds and also helps to get the show seen. So, be greatly appreciated if you could do that. If you have any suggestions, you can hit me up on Twitter, me or Tim up on Twitter, or you can email me at halfcirclebackpodcast.com. Usually check that pretty normally. So, yep. Outside of that, man, appreciate everybody for listening, and we will catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.